This semester, I started off taking four classes, which include Macroeconomics 102, Art of Film, this class, Social Science, and a Microeconomics class, Lab. And I initially was on academic probation because I didn't put in enough consistent hours in my one class, whereas I put in a lot of hours on the other class because I was more interested in it. So this seems to be a common struggle for me, like not having enough motivation to go through with classes that I'm not particularly interested in. And so something I really resonated with was actually how hedonic adaptation works. Basically, when something good happens, um, we become very happy because of it. However, without I've learned that actually in life, like without heavy stress or bad things that happen in your life, you cannot fully appreciate the good things. And this sort of plays into how hedonic adaptation works. Because after something good happens, we quickly become used to it and slide back down to our happiness set point. Basically, if you've had too much of a good thing and you become too used to it, the thrill of the good thing happening doesn't happen anymore. It's the same thing with economics and utility. Basically, if you have too much of a good thing, it starts to diminish in value to you until it starts to eventually become a bad thing. Um, I relate these to success and goods that you have because both of them have the factor of diminishing value. However, with success, you generally will never experience negative effects from it, um, unless you're talking about like the sacrifice that you have for it. But yeah, that's how hedonic adaptation works. So this actually relates to me in a pretty big way because I have gone through a lot of failures in my life, mainly academically, and the feeling of achieving something finally after you've failed so many times is incredible. And it's not just about the feeling, it's just the fact that it's the fulfillment that you get knowing that you've worked hard for what you have earned. And that truly, I think, means a lot to me in many ways. The other concept I want to bring up was how a person's judgment of their personal qualities, um, basically their personal affirmation of themselves, seems to be based heavily on what other people say about them, especially in childhood. Basically, if your friends and family or your teachers, especially actually in academics at least, tell you that you're smart, like my teachers and mom did for the most part, then you'll generally believe yourself to be smart. Um, and this is illustrated by a school in England where a group of students at the school were labeled as unintelligent and because of their scores on achievement tests. However, the school accidentally labeled their class, or because of a computer error, the teachers were told that these students were actually intelligent. And because of that, the teachers treated them differently and treated them like they were high achieving students or intelligent. And by the time the error had actually been discovered, the kids had all increased their test scores significantly. So this just goes to show that oftentimes, it's not really that much about your own ability, but rather about how you work towards bettering yourself and um, achieving and striving to fulfill your own expectation of yourself, which is based on other people's expectations of you. Basically, um, I think that these things are really essential to knowing how to grow as a person. And I think that even though I don't think I've worked as hard as I could have this semester, I have improved and I generally have more of a motivation in life. I've gone through quite a lot in my past couple of years. I'm sure a lot of people have as well, but I think that I have a purpose in life, and my purpose um, is can be centered around helping people in one way or another. I mean, I want to be successful, but I also want to take time in my life to work towards helping people that are in need. And because I think I've experienced both the many failures in life as well as success. Well, not too much success, but you know, I think that at least with my failures, that comes some understanding of people's fears and um, doubts about themselves and struggles with working towards achieving academic goals. Because I know how it feels to feel completely out of it and not have any idea like how to really like get to the next step and feel completely unmotivated. So because I know how it feels to be really down and in a bad place, I think I can use that to help myself and help other people as well. And after graduation, I want to pursue some sort of job where I can talk to people and just help them in some way. And I just want to be successful and utilize my abilities to their fullest potential. This semester, I started off taking 4 classes, which include macroeconomics